Santham Academy. Welcome to Digital Kaksha. To get updates on new videos, click the subscribe button and the bell icon.
Good morning, students. Today in our business studies, we are going to start with a chapter that is chapter 4, planning. First, we understand what is the meaning of planning. Planning is deciding in advance what to do. Means you are beforehand deciding what has to be done. How to do means how that work is going to be performed. When to do means on which time that work has to be completed. And who is to do it means who is the person who is going to do that work. So in nutshell, when I am talking about the planning is actually when I am talking about institution. Suppose it's a starting institution. In that starting institution, first managerial function is planning. First managerial function is planning, and planning is the starting point of all the functions. It gives the base to all the other functions. So here when I am saying planning, specifically it gives the action that has to be performed. Then when that action has to be performed, who is going to perform and which way it has to be performed is decided in planning. So let's first work out with what are the features of planning. Moving ahead with the features, first feature is focus on achieving the objective. Means you cannot plan just like that. Saying planning, you need to have some objective or goal in your mind. I take an example of you. You are the students of class 12th and you have the focus goal achievement of class 12th board exams 95%. Now when you have that thing in your mind that you have to achieve 95% marks in your board exams, you are going to plan for it. So first thing is you are focusing your plan, your goal, and on that goal you are going to plan which way you are going to work out, right? So planning always need to have the goal or the objective to work. So it is actually because of this planning moves ahead. Second point is primary function of management. See, when I am saying primary function of management, see that means from this step, this function, the management starts working. See, in the first chapter of business studies, you have studied that management is what the meaning of management is and what it is nature. In the second chapter, you studied what are the guidelines of it. In third chapter, you have studied what are the environment that is working on your business. Now in this chapter, we are coming to the micro concept of it. Micro means that is related to individual unit. It is not to all the units. It although apply on all the units, but right now we are talking about individual unit working, how it starts. So here it says it focuses on achieving the objective, that is the first, and the primary function of management. That is, it functions first. That is the first thing is done by the management. Next is third point, that is pervasive. Planning is pervasive. Actually, when I am saying planning is pervasive, pervasive word means it has presence everywhere. The pervasive word means it is present everywhere, means planning need to be present everywhere. Whether it's a top level, whether it's a middle level, or whether it's a supervisory level. Whether it's a profit earning organization or whether it's a non-profit earning organization, whether it's related to any of the department, doesn't matter. Planning has to be there. See, I take working when it's come to top level management. The top level management plans for a very long time duration. Like they plan for a year, 5 years, 10 years. That is their planning work. At the same time, when it comes to the middle level management, they have the focus of planning for whatever the top level has given to them accordingly for a year, month or so. When it comes down to the supervisory level has to plan. They also have to plan as per their working, as it can be for a week wise or it can be day wise. But yes, planning has to be done at every level, and that too everywhere. Even you are also planning for your boards. So you will never find any place where the planning is not there. So that's the reason it is said pervasive. Coming to the next is continuous process. When I am saying continuous process, it means once your first plan is completed, the second plan starts. See, first thing, you plan out what is you're going to do, or how you're going to work out for your board exams, right? Then when you are complete with your board exams, as soon as it completes, you start with how you're going to go for your colleges, and what else you are going to go for, whether you're going to go for the competitive exams also. So here when I am working here, that is, it's continuous process, it never ends. One plan is being followed by the other plan. Even at that time, it's not necessary that plan changes. The way I just said to you, when you are pursuing your 12th and then after for the college, it can be the same work. See, suppose you have planned for a work, and when you are going through that work, that whether the work is being completed properly or not, then you came to know, no, it's still something is lacking, something is not being done. So in that case, what you have to do? You have to replan it. And whatever the plan was going on, you have to reschedule and move ahead. So it's a continuous process. Moving to the fifth point, it is futuristic. Planning always is futuristic. You cannot plan your past. Whatever has happened in past, you cannot plan it. Whatever is going to happen in future, you are going to work on that. So futuristic. See, planning do take the guidance from the past experience, but it is always meant for the future. You are going to plan for your future, that means your 12th board. After your 12th board, you are going to plan for your colleges, for your competitive exams, and so on. So this is actually always the planning in organizations also. They are going to see the past performance and they are going to plan for the future working. Wherever they found that in past the things were not that good, or something went good or something went bad, if it went good, they are going to continue with the future planning. If they went bad, then what they are going to do? They are going to change the things and they are going to plan a new thing for whatever they require. So that is futuristic. Moving ahead to the sixth point, it is decision making. See, planning always is meant for decisions. You have multiple choice in your hand, and from that multiple choice, you have to choose the best for your organization. See, if there is no choice, there is no planning. If there is no choice, there is no planning. It's only when there is a choice. Because of that, management has gone for the planning. They plan A, plan B, plan C. Why so? Because there is multiple choice available outside. I'll just take an example here. Suppose you want to go to from one city to another city. Now, when you are planning, you have multiple choice. Either you are going by two-wheeler, either you are taking the four-wheeler, either you are using the bus, or either you are using the train. You have multiple choice. It is your choice which is the best for you. Right? So here it is decision making. You have to decide what is to be done. Right? From the alternatives that is been available for you, you have to make the decisions. And the last feature is mental exercise. See, intellectual working. Totally intellectual working is here. Here, what is required is a person needs. See, normally when we say top authority is going to decide. Now, when it is said, it means actually the people who are sitting at the top have that much of capacity to see foresightness. That is, they are able to see in future what can happen, what can be the things that can be possible in future. So that type of sightness means that type of thinking power should be there in the person who is planning for it. Right? See, that's the reason many a times you will find the specialists who are being taken for this particular work. So please plan for us. Why? Because they have a mental ability to see the future, what it can be, right? And because of that, they are able to, even prediction is there. They predict, yes, forecast, what we say forecast, that it can happen in this manner. So whatever we are planning, see, if I am planning something, I am going to have particular thing framework that this thing should be successful. So for that thing, I had to have all my IQ used, even the vision that I should have for the future, and then I am going to decide. So that is the mental exercise. So this is related to the features of planning. That is, it focuses on achievement of objective. Then secondly, it goes for as a primary function. Thirdly, it's a pervasive in nature, that is present everywhere. Fourthly, it is a continuous process. It doesn't stop. It keeps on moving. And then futuristic, that is, you are going to plan for your future. Then decision making. That means in planning, you go for decision from the various alternative sources. And the last here, that is a mental exercise. Means it's mental work that is being done here. So this is the features of planning. Moving ahead with the topic, we have the importance. See, you need to know what is the importance, why we need to plan. See, without the planning, nothing can happen. You need to have a proper planning done for each and every work. So first let's see what is the importance of it. First thing is, it provides the direction for the action. If you're not planned, suppose you didn't plan next day what you're going to do. It's a planned one when you know that you have to go to school, so you have to get ready, you have to take your lunch, and take your bag and move ahead to the school. This is all planned one. Suppose all of a sudden there is a condition where there is a holiday. You don't know what to do now because you have not planned it. Now that is actually what happens, it's a wastage. So actually what happens when you plan, you have a specific thing in your mind, you perform the work within the time frame and achieve the target that you want to achieve because you have pre-planned your mind by making a plan. So planning provides a direction for action. So action, whatever action you are going to take, it is being done by the main thing, that the function is planning. Then the second is, it reduces the uncertainty. Uncertainty means the chances of losses, chances of locks means shocks to the businesses. See, it can be a lock to your business, means you may have a problem, you have a loss and you have to lock down your business. Or only the losses, or it can be anything, it reduces the risk part. When you plan the thing properly, the chances of losses reduce to very great extent. You are knowing that what all things I have to prepare beforehand, so that whatever activity I am going to do now, I am ready with the solution also if there is any hurdle coming in, because I have already planned it. So the risk factor is reduced. Same way the business organization also. Why? When they are ready, they have made the plan. Now what all possibilities or what all hurdles can come, that is known to them. That hurdles solution is pre-decided. Acha, ye problem hai? Okay. What we are going to do is, we are going to give the solution to it. Right? Because we are ready with that solution. And this is because of the planning. So it reduces the risk of uncertainty. You are very certain what is going to work out. Next is, it reduces the wasteful activity. See, when you are sure what has to be done, when you have planned what has to be done, when your people are knowing what work they have to do, they will not waste time. In an organization where the people are the one who is working for you, if they know what all activity has to be done per day it is clear, then what will happen? There will be no wasteful activity. Everyone will be utilizing the time properly, and the work and the task for the organization will be completed. So here it reduces the wasteful activity. Moving ahead, for the fourth point, it promotes innovative ideas. Now see, when you are, before starting the work, you are planning for it. Now with a past experience, you are thinking, okay, previously when I decided this work, I have taken this supplier as my person who is going to supply the raw material. Now the raw material that was being supplied was also not to that extent. Okay, so now what I should do? I should go to the new supplier. Then secondly, when I was processing my product, I was making into raw material into a finished product, I found that if I change a little bit of procedure, I may come up with a better version of my product. Innovation, I'm coming up with the new ideas to it. So what I'm doing is, when I'm planning, I can come up with the new ideas to perform the same task or with a better task. Whatever is being worked out, it is done better. Then moving ahead, it is facilitating decision making. Facilitate decision making. See, I told you that you have to decide from multiple choice that is available outside. So what it does, it helps you that what decision should I take. Whatever is the past experiences, whatever is happening right now, whatever is the market scenario, all these things, when you are planning, you have to keep in mind. So it helps you to take the decision properly, the decision that is going to be beneficiary for your organization, right? So moving ahead to the next is establishing standard for controlling. See, once you establish a standard, this is the thing that I want my organization or my workers or my people to achieve. You have made it. Now after that, what will happen? Now people are going to move their work, start doing their work according to it. Because you have set a standard, they have to touch that standard, then only they will be said that they have performed the work. Right? So actually what happens when you plan? See, I take an example of yourself here. If you are working for your board exams, right? And here the percentage you want is 95%. When it is a pre-board, when it is going to be a pre-board and you have attended the pre-board and there you score 60%. Now what had happened? The standard that you have made is 95% and the thing you have got is 65%. Now there is a lot of difference here. So you know that to achieve your targeted goal, you have to work more. Same is in organization. There also, they have to perform more if they are not touching the standards, right? So this is actually the controlling power in the hand of organization. Planning makes the thing controlled because they have already written on the paper that this is going to be done, right? So these are the importance of planning. I hope it is clear.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more.